good, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my non-scripted review of the Nintendo Switch hardware, in addition to all of the stuff that kind of comes with the hardware. So we're going to be talking about various different things here, and guys, trust me, I had a nice written out review, edited and all that, but I think it sounded a little bit unorganic and kind of robotic, so I decided to just kind of record a video here, do some light edits, but also just talk about my main things with this system in a tone and in a way that's going to be a little bit more inviting and friendly. So yeah, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. So the first thing that I want to talk about with the Nintendo Switch, if you have not picked it up, and just comparing it to what Nintendo's done before, the layout. The layout is very clean when it comes to the UI, the user interface. As you can see here, you can clearly see any title that you are playing. The most recent title that you have played will be all the way to the left, and so on. So I think this is actually really cool. It reminds me of the Nintendo 3DS if you have it just lined up all accordingly, or the Nintendo Wii U when it came to the quick boot menu. So it's kind of like that. It's a very slick, clean, and fast UI, very friendly to just kind of jump in and get into it. So that's the first thing that strikes me about the Nintendo Switch, is just how clean the user interface is. And user interface is a very big thing to have, in my opinion. You don't want a convoluted or hard UI to use, otherwise you're going to run into the same issues that Wii U had. So I'm glad to report here that the UI is very clean and inviting and very easy to see what you're looking for and what you want to get to. So let's talk about the OS, the actual system, what it runs on. Obviously, it's the NVIDIA Tegra chip here. It's kind of a variation or something like that. It's customized, but the operating system apparently is a customized Nintendo OS, and I think they've done a very good job with this. Now, it is a bit minimalistic, and we'll talk about that when it comes to the actual features, but as far as how the OS runs, the resources that it's using, it's absolutely fantastic. So what I mean by OS or operating system, just how things work. Look at how fast this is, guys. So if I want to get into my settings, all I have to do here is just press this button and you're right into any setting that you want to get into, whether it's the internet, putting in a parental controls app, anything that you want to do, data management, users, creating accounts, Amiibo, Mii's, notifications, sleep mode, your controllers, everything is here, settings, anything that you wanted to do. And this is big because with the Nintendo Wii U and even with the 3DS to an extent, it was kind of difficult because the loading times, especially with the Wii U, going from one app to another, there'd be a long loading time even when going to your settings menu, whereas with the Nintendo Switch, it's that quick. It's literally like a second or so. So this is a very big improvement that I don't see a lot of people talking about when it comes to the OS and giving it points for that, but I'm giving Nintendo major points for making sure that getting to the settings or getting to different apps is very quickly, as far as, like, let's say you want to set controllers, very quick to get to it. Let's say you want to set or see your pictures from your album, which we'll talk about in a bit. Very quick to get everything, very quick to load up all the different pictures here in HD. So that's definitely no small feat. It's good that they were able to get that in there and be able to load up pictures very quickly, be able to edit them and all of that. So I really like the speed of the OS and just basically the friendliness of the UI. That is the major win for this system to me, just how fast and quick it is to load up HD images here, and later we'll be getting gameplay as far as recording too. So pretty cool there. Now the next thing I want to talk about, I kind of alluded to a little bit, was the eShop and the features. So online and the features. We'll start off with your actual profile. So the big thing here, and I guess the newest thing that we should talk about as far as online or features, is that you can actually have region-free gaming, guys. Yes, region-free gaming. And what I mean by that is that if you create a profile and if you actually make it and you put your Nintendo account to the profile in whatever area that you're trying to go to, you can go on that area's eShop. So for example, this is my Japanese profile that I have here, and it's pretty much routed to a Japanese account. So therefore I can download and go on the Japanese eShop, and I can download games that you didn't see on the actual American or European eShop. So Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, Puyo Puyo Tetris, and there's more on there as well. So I think that's also big points for making a system that is truly region free. and you talked about online, that could be one of the features of the system. Region free, go and download anything you want. Now, actually getting to some of the features with the actual profiles, this is where things take a little bit of turn for the worse. Nintendo right now, as far as their online goes, it's still not set up. There is, as far as adding friends through Nintendo Network accounts, in addition to social media, that is going to be coming in an update according to Nintendo. But right now, what you can do is you can actually add friends through friend codes. Now, friend codes have been very dreaded in the past. People did not like them, but social media has advanced to the point to where I can just basically say, okay, here's my friend code, right? I can just snap a picture of that friend code, then I can actually go into my profile and post that to Twitter, as far as to Twitter or Facebook, my friend code, and once someone adds it, that's all they have to do. You don't have to add theirs back or anything like that. And I think the original Wii, you actually had to have both people register the code, so it was even more frustrating. Whereas this time, it's still whack that you have to use friend codes, but at the same time, at least for someone like me, it's much easier just to take a snapshot and post it on Twitter and say, hey, all of you dudes, add me. It wasn't too bad as far as that goes, and many people have added me. Now, another big thing as far as an upgrade goes compared to the Wii U is that you don't have to go into Miiverse to actually access your real friends list, and there isn't multiple friends lists. You just have one friend list as far as on your page, and it's very quick to go to. It's very simple if you want to go to even changing a different profile. You'll be able to see what friends you have very quickly, in addition to adding and your user settings that you have, editing your icon, all of that stuff is all there. So once again, the speed of the system is very good, and I think it'll actually pay dividends when we get more features there, but definitely a little bit lacking. You can't send any messages at this point. Once again, that's coming once they have the integration with the smartphone app and all that. But I was surprised with how easy and clean it was to actually just start like snapping a picture and just putting that on Twitter and having people add me, or just having it on my live stream as well. Speaking of that, the online features, some of the things that you can do is that you can actually go to an album, which I alluded to a little bit beforehand, and this is some of the things that's actually pretty cool about the Nintendo Switch. If you have any screenshots and stuff that you want to post, you can just simply go right here, and I guess since we're already in this review, I'll go ahead and do it. If you guys want to add me, you guys can, and what I can do is I can put edit and I can post, and you can actually link between what social network or social platform that you want to post to. So I can just put this, I can go add me, and then I can just easily post that to Twitter, or I can post it to Facebook as well. So I think that's pretty cool that they do have some of that functionality built in right now, and of course they're going to layer some things on there, but definitely a little light when it comes to some of the functionality. But I do see the promise as far as how clean it is and how fast it is. Alright guys, now that we've talked about the OS, we've talked about the user interface, online, some of the features that it has, I do want to talk a little bit about some of the apps and stuff. So the eShop, once again, it's a pretty basic and standard eShop. As you can see here, we're going to go ahead and click on it. It's not as fancy as the Wii U's, but it is quick to load up here. This screen won't be on here too long before you're already right there before I can even finish my sentence. It only takes just a few seconds to load up the eShop. It's very fast and quick, and some people were a little upset because there isn't the music and there isn't a lot of the things that the Wii U had, but I'll take a simplistic, clean, and fast to boot up eShop over all the bells and whistles. I think at the end of the day, all that matters is just making sure that it's quick and it's snappy and you can get to the point and it's easy to find out. You can also redeem codes, and you can see what's coming soon. They'll actually have some release dates for different games as well. Enter your code and also go into your settings on your profile if you want to do that, and also search. So it's very quick, very simple, very easy to use, and definitely it'll get a little bit more complex and better as we go along. So you can close from there, and it's going to be pretty quick, just going right back to there. Not a long loading screen at all or anything like that. And another one of my favorite features that they added as far as the Nintendo Switch goes is definitely the news page. Here you can actually check out all the different news that's coming that Nintendo's put out. You can watch videos and all of that. A lot of this stuff here we've already seen, but there is some pretty cool things, and one of the favorite things that I liked about it is the fact that they actually reconfirmed Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They reconfirmed fans like, hey, this game is coming 2017. So I think that's pretty cool. I actually made a video on it. That's pretty much all the core stuff that we can talk about when it comes to the Nintendo Switch as far as the system, the UI, and all that. Although you can change themes too. There is a white and a black theme, and there's some other settings as well. So I do think in the future you'll be able to change themes, or maybe even purchase custom themes as well, or themes from games. Hey dudes, nice to see you guys. I thought I might do something a little bit different here and actually kind of move over my webcam and show you guys the hardware and kind of just talk about that, because I also think one of the big parts of the Nintendo Switch is the actual hardware itself. Now, I'm not going to actually show you the system. You guys have seen it, but it looks sleek, it looks awesome. But I want to talk about the controllers and some of the different play options that we do have here. Okay, and excuse the shakiness of the camera and the natural light coming in, but yeah, as you can see here, we do have the Joy-Cons, Joy-Con straps and all of that right here, in addition to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And I just wanted to show you guys it and kind of talk about it, because I do think that it's pretty cool what they've done here, because you can of course put the Joy-Cons inside here and play games, but you can also put it on its side and also have it as another separate controller. I think this is a fantastic mode to have, because me and my daughter, we actually play fast RMX just like that. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of the different stuff here if you're someone new to the Nintendo Switch. And you can also put these Joy-Con wrist straps included in the box on here in order to get some better button presses. Now, you have to remember that the Nintendo Switch Pro controller does not come with the system. It's a $70 controller that is separate, but I did want to talk about how fluid and awesome it is, and I definitely think that it's an amazing controller. So with the different type of play styles that you have here as far as the controllers go and all of that, I'm actually really impressed with the Nintendo Switch as far as what it can do and how many different play styles that it does have. That's actually something that's really cool about it. Like I said, playing fast RMX with my daughter, and both of us just kind of using these controllers just like this, sideways, and playing in tabletop mode is actually really fun. So let's switch back over to the OS. Alright guys, and for the final segment, there's something that a lot of people aren't talking about enough, and I do think when you review a system, you need to make sure that you discuss the games, how you play them, how you get in and out of games, and I think that's really important. And to me, the Nintendo Switch has launched with 2 really good games in addition to some other ones that are also great. But one of the best things as far as the OS goes, getting in and out of games, it's just so quick and it's so fast. So I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite features of the Nintendo Switch, and this is definitely factored into my review, is how you can be playing a game, for example, like Fast RMX here, and be playing and having just a great time playing the game, right? And then all of a sudden, if you do need to actually switch over, you can just go ahead and hit that button and you're already right there. You can access to everything there and then hop right back into your game whenever you want to get right back into it. So I think that's also a really cool thing. And of course, the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, having this type of game really solidifies the console. It's a device that you can play anywhere, anytime, and it kind of suits the open world nature of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So I do think that it goes hand in hand, in addition to great games like Fast RMX, Bomberman, and more. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for my video review of the Nintendo Switch game console. I do think that it's really good. I don't have a score or anything that I'm going to attach to it. I tried to do that. I think that's dumb, attaching scores to a hardware review. But overall, if I had to say buy it or don't buy it, obviously I'm going to say buy it. Pick up the Nintendo Switch if you can. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Fast RMX, in addition to maybe Bomberman, or even something like I Am Setsuna on the Nintendo Switch, or even if you want to have some type of party game, you could pick up something like 1-2 Switch. It's all up to you. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more reviews like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you ninjas for the next video. Peace.